Welcome to Psychic Insights, where pop culture meets higher consciousness and the tea is always a little bit mystical. I'm Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend, and around here we don't just watch the drama unfold, we read the energy behind it, whether it's celebrity scandals, reality TV, chaos, or true crime with a twist. I'm tuning in to bring you the intuitive scoop the headlines miss. So buckle up, because your aura's about to get entertained. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend. And it's been a little while. I just returned from a lovely vacation in Spain and Portugal. And if you've never been, you must go. Good food, good vibes. People speak English. Makes me really embarrassed that I'm not multilingual, but I digress. So re-entry's been a little bumpy, but I'm here to cover this continuing saga, the Laura Owens case, and this one is we're going to talk about Michael Marraccini, and he had a filing that he wants his DVRO vacated. His wonderful attorney, Omar is fighting on his behalf, and we are here for it. All right, so if you're just new to this story, I doubt that you are, but if you are, Laura Owens is a woman who accused many people, but most notably the Bachelor Clayton Eckert, for fathering her twins. And what it yielded her basically is that she has 7 felony charges against her for fraud, perjury, and other schemes. I love that word, scheme. Anyway, Mike Marraccini is one of the nicest men. I think his vibe is really cool, and she dated him on and off for a couple of years. And, I can see why she was hurt when she was rejected, but unlike the rest of us who just watch sad, happy, romantic movies and eat a bunch of Ben & Jerry's or maybe go to the gym, this chick decided to do some heinous acts, and one of them was to continue to torment this man by placing a domestic violence order against him, and now she wants it permanent, and the drama continues. But you know me, I had to look and ask my cards, because I'm a little close to it, so I had to ask the cards for some info about this, about the filing specifically. And I have a bunch of other questions that I asked, but we're going to dive into that. And the spread that I pulled just is kind of heavy. It doesn't just show us a legal fight. It shows us karmic choices, heavy obstacles, and I asked what if ultimately will take place to balance the scales, because honestly, I'm rooting for Mike to, get balanced here and go about his life away from this woman. And the spread opens with crossroads and cross. And Mike is at a karmic decision point, and finally to vacate this DVRO is a choice and one possible road forward. But the cross shows that this choice carries a lot of weight and a lot of burden, and it's not an easy out for him on this, because each step is karmically significant, and this filing is part of a much bigger story of burden and consequence. So the next we see Man and Letter. And this is Mike's filing itself, his truth, his motion, his attempt to reclaim his voice. On paper, it's powerful, but in energy, the letter is only words, and it doesn't clear the deeper entanglement on its own. So why does this energy show some resistance? Well, Here's where the spread shows the blocks. We have Snake and Mountain. I'll show you. We have Snake and Mountain. I pulled these two cards. Snake, 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 Mountain. Together, deception and manipulation combined with immovable resistance. The court is cautious. It sees risk. It sees entanglement, and it chooses to hold the DVRO in place rather than remove its protections. And then we have the Moon and Woman, and this is Laura. And the Woman card is her, and the Moon is reputation, public perception, and influence. Even with cracks showing in her credibility, the court still weighs her story heavily in this moment, and that's part of why this filing does not succeed, in my opinion. Ouch. Okay. The closing cards are Sun and House. Sun and House. This tells us that truth will come to light and stability will eventually prevail. But right now, I don't think the DVRO will remain. I think the DVRO will remain because the system is choosing protection. So the outcome, this filing will not free Mike. Not yet. That's the good news. Not yet. This brings us to Mike's attorney, Omar, and what can he do? And we're going to go back to the man and letter pairing, giving Mike's voice, form, and structure. He can file, he can argue, and push strategy. But the Snake and Mountain still blocking. Omar's best moves are chip at the mountain, highlight inconsistencies, start building the record that shows Laura's manipulation, which he does in this filing, shift perception since the Moon card shows reputation matters, reframing Laura's credibility is key, and seek modifications even if the DVRO isn't fully lifted. He can push for limits on its scope and duration, and still the cards say Omar can prepare the ground, but he can't fully free Mike from this DVRO right now. All right, so the bigger picture, Laura's felony case. I asked about this, like how, if she is found guilty in her felony case, or if she takes the plea deal. That is my question. What would happen to Mike's DVRO? Okay, so that's when the snake energy collapses. That's when our sneaky snake starts to collapse. Deception is exposed here, and the mountain, the obstacle holding Mike back, starts to crumble. Okay, so we've got some good news here. If the felony case goes the way we hope it will, and she's held accountable. And so at that moment, then our sun and house flip. Instead of protecting her narrative, the system will protect truth and stability, and that's when Mike has a stronger chance of vacating this DVRO. Not because of this filing alone, but because her credibility has been shattered. Okay, here is the deeper spiritual truth. This case isn't only about legal filings, it's about timing, truth, and karmic balance. Right now, Mike's filing doesn't succeed because the full truth hasn't been illuminated. But as Laura's own case plays out, as deception gives way to exposure, that's when freedom becomes possible. The DVRO doesn't fall because of paperwork. It falls because of the story that created it can't survive in the light of truth. So, in closing, will Mike succeed in having the DVRO vacated right now? The answer, I don't think, is no. I think it's no, okay? Yeah, so it shows the energy just shows too much resistance, too much deception, too much weight. And me personally, as a human rooting for Mike, that sucks to have this energy. But will he ultimately be freed, which is what we want from the DVRO Laura placed against him? Yes. And when the truth shines, and I believe it will, when her felony case exposes what's real, that's when the scales of justice finally balance. So it's going to be a little bit of time, a little bit of work here. All right. So I'd love to hear your insights. Do you feel this energy shifting as her case unfolds drop a comment below. And if you're at your own crossroads and need clarity, the link is in the description to book a reading with me. Or join my new school community called The Energetic Edge. It's going to be starting in October, and I will be teaching you how to connect with your intuition and to have that energetic edge so that you can live the life you desire and not get into the mess that someone like Laura does. All right. And that's it for me, and I will see you in the next one.